Have you ever wondered if there's a way to make your golden years more fulfilling, serene, and free of unnecessary burdens? What if I told you that by releasing just a few things, you could unlock a life of greater joy, purpose, and tranquility as we journey through life? We often accumulate emotional baggage, outdated beliefs, draining relationships, and physical clutter that hold us back. But here's the good news. It's never too late to create the life you truly deserve. In this video, I'll guide you through the 8 essential things to release after age 65 and why letting them go will not only help you live longer, but also empower you to live better. You'll discover how simplifying your home can transform your environment into a peaceful haven, how establishing boundaries with draining people can preserve your emotional health, and how releasing unnecessary responsibilities can give you the freedom to embrace what truly brings you joy. If you've been carrying regrets or unhealthy habits, I'll show you how to release them and reclaim your self-worth so you can focus on what matters most. Plus, I'll share why shedding outdated beliefs and money worries can help you welcome new opportunities and live with confidence and abundance. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to make lasting changes, bringing more happiness, peace, and freedom as you move forward. So stay with me until the end, because this could be the most liberating decision you make today. If you're not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading these valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and create better content for you. Now let's begin. Physical clutter and unused possessions as we journey through life, collecting memories and experiences. We also gather physical objects, things that hold pieces of our hearts. The worn armchair in the corner might remind you of quiet evenings spent with loved ones. A stack of old letters may bring back the laughter and tears of moments now past. A suit that once fit perfectly could whisper stories of a different time, a different you. These objects, once cherished, often reflect the richness of our personal history. But as we grow older, we begin to realize that the weight of these items can silently bear down on us, not just physically, but on our hearts and minds as well. The process of living, particularly as we age, inevitably leads us to accumulate more than we need, more than we can use, and more than we can store in our limited space. And with each item, the burden grows heavier. It's easy to hold on to things because they hold memories or represent some part of who we once were. But when we reach our mid-60s and beyond, we must ask ourselves an essential question. Do these things still add any true value to my life, or are they merely occupying space, silently distracting me from the life I want to live today? Not every object should be discarded, of course. There are treasures, irreplaceable pieces, memories that deserve to be honored. A photo album brimming with the faces of friends and family, a keepsake passed down through generations, or that old reading chair where you spent countless hours lost in thought. These things matter, and they should be kept close. But there are so many other items, those extra sets of dishware, the collection of magazines you never had time to read, the old clothes that no longer fit and never will again. These things don't serve us in the present, and their silent accumulation can weigh on our souls more than we care to admit. Letting go of physical clutter is not about forgetting the past or disrespecting the memories these things hold. It's about making space for the life you're still living. It's about honoring your journey, both the one you've traveled and the one you're still on, by releasing the things that no longer serve your purpose. It's a deeply personal act, an act of self-care. When you clear the clutter, you aren't just clearing your physical space, you're making room for peace, for joy, for simplicity. Start small, maybe tackle a drawer or a shelf in the garage. There's no rush. As you sift through the items, let yourself feel the weight of each one. Ask yourself, does this bring me joy? Does it remind me of something that lifts my heart? Or is it simply a piece of forgotten baggage? It can be emotional. There's no shame in shedding tears for a thing that once meant so much. But the real beauty lies in the release. Imagine walking into your home and feeling the lightness of it, the clarity, the peacefulness. Every corner filled with purpose, with meaning. Every object around you adds to the richness of who you are now, not who you were decades ago. When you part with these items, it's not just about creating space for yourself. It's about sharing your blessings with others. Your unused treasures could be just what someone else needs. Maybe a family just starting out, a young couple setting up their first home, or a charity in need of gently used goods. When you donate, you create a ripple effect of kindness and generosity that transforms your act of decluttering into something much larger. The process of letting go is a metaphor for life itself, a reminder that we must release what no longer serves us to make room for the new, the fresh, and the exciting. Just as we shed old habits, outdated fears, and past regrets, so too must we shed the things that weigh us down physically. When you release those burdens, you allow yourself to rediscover a sense of freedom and vitality. You allow your home, your heart, and your mind to become sanctuaries of peace, embracing the joy of simplicity. It's liberating, truly, to walk into a space that reflects who you are now, unencumbered by the past, yet deeply enriched by it. Letting go of physical clutter isn't just about tidying up. It's a celebration of the present moment, a declaration that you're ready to embrace the fullness of your life today without the excess that slows you down. It's a gift you give yourself, a beautiful, meaningful act of self-love, of honoring your worth, of creating the space you need to feel lighter, freer, and more connected to the life you're living right now. Draining relationships, life, especially in our later years, is far too precious to spend in relationships that deplete us, that leave us feeling diminished, or that bring negativity into the peaceful world we've worked so hard to build. When you reach your mid-60s, you've had decades of experience with relationships. Some have been filled with love, kindness, and mutual respect, while others have been marked by conflict, resentment, or even the heavy chains of obligation. By this stage in life, it's time to reflect deeply, with compassion and honesty, on the people in your life. You must take a step back and ask yourself, which of these relationships nurture my spirit, and which ones have I been clinging to simply out of habit, guilt, or fear? Draining relationships come in many forms, often disguised in subtle ways that are easy to ignore or rationalize. It could be the so-called friend who only reaches out when they need to vent, depleting your emotional energy with their endless complaints and never once asking how you're doing or how your heart feels. Or perhaps it's a family member whose words or actions make you feel small, unimportant, or downright unworthy, leaving you questioning your value after every interaction. Sometimes the most insidious negativity isn't even open hostility, but sheer indifference. A relationship where your presence is barely acknowledged, where you're made to feel invisible or irrelevant. These types of relationships, as quietly damaging as they are, can steal your joy bit by bit until you wonder who you are and what you're even doing in such a relationship. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Choosing to release these draining relationships is not a matter of acting out of anger or revenge. It's a deeply loving decision, one that you make for yourself. It's a recognition that at this beautiful stage in life, you've earned the right to peace, respect, and kindness in every single interaction you have. Walking away from negativity or setting firm boundaries isn't an act of abandonment. It's an act of profound self-love. It's saying, I deserve better, and acknowledging that your emotional well-being matters more than keeping up with a facade or fulfilling a duty. Setting those boundaries is not selfishness. It takes incredible courage to stand up for your peace of mind. It's a bold declaration that you will no longer allow your spirit to be chipped away by people who drain you, that you will no longer place the expectations of others above your own soul's need for calm and nurturing. Letting go of draining relationships doesn't always mean completely severing ties with someone. Sometimes it's about creating distance or simply redefining how you interact with them. You may choose to spend less time with certain people, not out of bitterness, but as a means of protecting your peace. Perhaps you'll limit your conversations to neutral topics, avoiding the emotional minefields they often create. This is a way to regain control, to ensure that your interactions do not continue to weigh down your spirit or undermine your sense of worth. Now, picture this. Imagine the freedom that comes when you surround yourself only with people who truly uplift you, people who love you for exactly who you are. Imagine a life filled with laughter, with meaningful conversations that nourish your heart, and with the quiet, comforting presence of friends and loved ones who bring warmth and a sense of belonging to your life. This is the incredible gift you give yourself when you choose to release draining relationships. You create space for love, for genuine connection, for the relationships that deserve to occupy your precious time. And in doing so, you open the door to a life where you are truly seen, valued, and celebrated. You deserve that kind of life. You deserve to feel at peace in every relationship, and you have every right to let go of anything or anyone that no longer supports your well-being. Unnecessary responsibilities. As the years pass and you step into the golden chapter of your life, there comes a time, a quiet yet profound moment when you pause and reflect on the journey that brought you here. You think about the many roles you've taken on, the responsibilities you've shouldered with love and dedication for so many decades. Those duties, whether it was raising a family, managing a demanding career, or giving your all to your community, have been the defining threads of your life's tapestry. But now, as you enter your mid-60s and beyond, you may find yourself asking, do these responsibilities still bring me joy? Do they fuel my spirit? Or have they morphed into heavy burdens that I no longer need to carry? It's easy to overlook how unnecessary responsibilities quietly infiltrate our lives over time. They slip in unnoticed like the soft rustle of leaves in the wind. You might have become the reliable one in your family, the person they turn to when there's a problem to solve. You've been the fixer, the problem solver, always ready to dive in and mend things even when you no longer need to play that role. Or perhaps there are traditions, promises, or commitments that you continue to uphold out of habit, not because they nourish your heart. You may still tend to a large house or a garden that once brought pride but now feels more like a relentless to-do list. And even though the joy may have faded, you carry on. These responsibilities, like uninvited guests, sneak in and steal the precious moments that could be yours to savor. But here's the truth. Letting go of unnecessary responsibilities is not about abandoning your loved ones or walking away from what's truly important. It's about creating space for the things that truly matter now, for the things that light up your soul. It's about recognizing that you deserve to prioritize your well-being. For instance, if maintaining a sprawling property has become too much to handle, imagine how freeing it would be to downsize to a smaller, more manageable home. One that doesn't drain your energy, but allows you to truly enjoy life. Or if you find that family members have come to rely on you too heavily, it's okay to gently set boundaries. In doing so, you empower them to step up, and you release yourself from the weight of expectations. The decision to release these burdens is, without a doubt, deeply personal. There may be a tinge of guilt that comes with it, especially when you've spent years defining yourself by your ability to care for others. You may feel a sense of loss or worry that stepping back means you care less. But I promise you, letting go is not a sign of indifference. It is a profound act of self-love. It's about choosing to care for yourself in the same way you have cared for others all these years. By lightening your load, you create room for more joy, more presence, and more connection. Your relationships can deepen, and you will find yourself more engaged in the activities that bring you true happiness. Imagine waking up every morning without that long list of obligations hanging over your head. Picture the sheer relief of knowing that your time is yours, truly yours, to do with as you please. Whether it's curling up with a good book, taking a stroll in the park, or sharing a quiet moment with a dear friend, you'll find that life takes on a new, more vibrant quality when you release the unnecessary. You make space for what truly fills your heart, for what helps you feel alive. Life after 65 should not feel like an extension of endless chores and obligations. It should feel like a celebration, a beautiful recognition of everything you've accomplished and a hopeful embrace of the many joys still ahead. You've earned this. You've more than earned the right to let go, to breathe deeply, and to embrace each day with a heart full of gratitude for the experiences that have shaped you and the ones yet to come. Letting go of unnecessary responsibilities is not just a practical decision. It's a gift you give to yourself, a long overdue gift. You've walked this road with strength and grace, and now it's time to allow yourself the luxury of simplicity, peace, and joy. You deserve it, and you've more than earned it. Negative self-talk and regrets as you step into your mid-60s, life gives you something truly precious. The chance to sit quietly and reflect on the vast mosaic of your past. The vibrant joys, the painful challenges, the quiet victories, and the heart-wrenching mistakes all interweave to form the tapestry of who you are today. It is an opportunity to appreciate the wisdom and resilience that have grown from every moment. Yet for many, this period of reflection is often marred by the persistent weight of regret and the harsh sting of negative self-talk. These feelings, like silent thieves, creep into your thoughts and cloud the beauty of self-compassion and peace you so deeply deserve. Regret can feel like an uninvited guest that never truly leaves. It lurks in the corners of your mind, whispering about missed opportunities, paths never taken, dreams left behind, and relationships that slipped away, leaving you wondering what could have been. Those moments when you say to yourself, "What if I had done this differently?" Those haunting what-if thoughts can feel suffocating, as though you're trapped in a cycle of if-only scenarios. But the truth is, life isn't about chasing perfection. It's about the growth that happens within the mistakes, the lessons learned from the wrong turns, and the understanding that everything, even the pain, has shaped you into the resilient person you are today. And then there's the poison of negative self-talk, which often becomes a far more insidious thief of joy. It's the voice inside your head telling you that you didn't try hard enough, that you could have been better, or that somehow you don't deserve happiness because of your past choices. It can feel so loud and so constant, creating a cage around your self-worth. But here's the thing. Ask yourself, would you ever speak to a friend, a loved one, with such cruelty? Of course not. So why would you allow yourself to be spoken to in such a heartless way? You've lived a life of courage. You faced struggles and heartaches, and every step you've taken has shaped you into someone deserving of love, forgiveness, and compassion. The very qualities you so generously offer others are the ones you deserve to give yourself. Releasing regrets and silencing that relentless inner critic isn't about pretending that mistakes never happened or minimizing the impact of your choices. It's about choosing to forgive yourself. It's about offering yourself the same grace and kindness you'd extend to anyone you deeply care about. Forgiveness doesn't erase the past. Rather, it liberates you from the weight of the should have and could have that keep you shackled to old narratives. It's an act of freedom that allows you to stand tall with a lighter heart and be open to the possibilities of the future. To truly break free from the grip of regret and negative self-talk, you must actively shift the story you tell yourself. Instead of focusing on where you feel you went wrong, celebrate the incredible courage it took to make decisions in the first place. Recognize that each misstep, each setback, has made you stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. Your life is not a story of failure, but a testament to your resilience, your growth, and your unwavering ability to navigate life's twists and turns. Every hardship you faced has been a stepping stone that has led you to this moment of understanding and depth. Moreover, learning to be present, truly present, in each moment is vital. Regret pulls you into the past, while negative self-talk chains you to a future of imagined missteps. But when you bring your focus to the here and now, when you allow yourself to just be, something beautiful happens. You begin to see the life unfolding before you, not as a series of burdens or disappointments, but as a journey still brimming with potential. Practices that encourage mindfulness, journaling, meditating, or simply being still in nature can help you reconnect with the beauty of today. When you're grounded in the present, you remember that you're not defined by what's behind you unless you allow it. The past, in its many complexities, no longer has to hold dominion over you. Letting go of regret and the harsh criticisms you've inflicted on yourself is not just an act of self-love. It's an act of reclaiming your story. It's about seeing your life not as a collection of mistakes, but as a vibrant, evolving journey of self-discovery, one that is woven with resilience, love, and invaluable wisdom. By choosing to offer yourself grace, you carve out space for peace and contentment to flourish in your heart. You've earned the right to live with a heart that is no longer burdened by the past, but open to the joys and blessings that are still yet to come. So take a deep breath, forgive yourself, and remember, your journey is not over. There is so much life still waiting for you to live it fully and unapologetically. Unhealthy habits. As we move through the years, we accumulate not just a passage of time, but a wealth of wisdom. Wisdom that quietly whispers to us, urging us to recognize the impact of the small, seemingly insignificant choices we make every single day. These decisions, often unnoticed in the rush of life, gradually shape the course of our health, our happiness, and our very experience of growing older. When you reach your mid-60s, your body is a remarkable vessel, one that has carried you through decades of joy, pain, challenges, and triumphs. Now it humbly asks for care and love in return. But unfortunately, unhealthy habits that we justified, ignored, or simply resigned ourselves to, can silently chip away at the vitality, joy, and peaceful heart we long for in these precious, later years. Unhealthy habits don't always wear the obvious masks we think of, those tied to diet, exercise, or sleep. They often linger in the subtle corners of our daily routines, the small choices that we make out of convenience or comfort, or worse, out of fear. Perhaps it's the habit of skipping meals because you're too busy or too tired, or reaching for processed foods, or after all, they're quick and familiar. Maybe it's the way you sit for hours at a time, convinced that it's easier or safer than moving. Or perhaps you've gotten into the routine of skipping those yearly doctor visits, telling yourself that it's too inconvenient, too much trouble. Yet these seemingly insignificant actions over time accumulate into something that can drain the life from you, physically and mentally. But these unhealthy habits don't just undermine our physical health, they also weave their way into the emotional and mental fabric of our lives. How many of us have found ourselves trapped in patterns of endless worry, obsessively checking negative news, or isolating ourselves from those who love us, believing it's easier to be alone than to face the world? These habits, so ingrained over the years, feel like they are part of us, like they are simply the way things are. But they don't have to be. It's not too late to change. Even the most deeply entrenched habits can be shifted with effort and commitment, and in doing so, we open the door to a life filled with more energy, more joy, and a sense of balance that we may have forgotten we deserve. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment too below to let me know that you are still here with me. The beauty of this stage in life is that change is always possible. It doesn't matter how long a certain habit has been a part of your routine. The door to transformation is still open. Start by taking a deep breath and reflecting on your daily habits. Ask yourself, are these habits serving me? Or am I simply falling into them because they're easy? Perhaps instead of skipping breakfast, you could start the day with a nourishing bowl of oatmeal or a piece of fresh fruit. Instead of staying stationary for hours, what if you could take a short walk around the block or stretch gently? Instead of diving into a spiral of negative news, could you spend that time listening to music that lifts your spirit, reading a book that inspires you, or picking up the phone to call a friend? These small, thoughtful shifts may seem insignificant at first, but they have the power to change the trajectory of your day and, in turn, your life. Letting go of unhealthy habits doesn't happen in an instant. Change takes time, and it requires patience. Most of all, it requires self-compassion. It's easy to feel discouraged when the results don't appear immediately. But remember, each small victory is a triumph, whether it's choosing a healthier snack, taking an extra step, or simply turning off the television early and getting a good night's sleep. These little changes compound over time. They create a ripple effect, a wave of wellness that touches every area of your life, one decision at a time. It's also important to remember that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a profound strength. Seeking guidance from a doctor, A physical therapist, a nutritionist, or even a friend who will walk alongside you on this journey can make all the difference. You're not alone in this, and there's nothing more empowering than realizing that you don't have to face the challenge of change by yourself. Just imagine the freedom that comes with taking control of your health, the lightness, the energy, and the pride you'll feel as you wake up each day with a renewed sense of vitality, ready to embrace the activities and moments you cherish. Picture the joy that will blossom as you realize that your body and mind are precious, deserving of every ounce of care and kindness you can give them. Letting go of unhealthy habits isn't about feeling regret for the past. It's about hope for the future. It's about embracing the possibility that you can live this chapter of your life with passion, joy, and a deep sense of fulfillment. As you make these healthier choices, you're not just adding years to your life, you're enriching those years with meaning, joy, and a profound sense of gratitude for the gift of growing older. Each small step you take towards wellness becomes a step towards a life full of vitality, purpose, and a deep appreciation for all that you are and all that you still have yet to experience. It's never too late to begin, and the journey is worth every effort. 6. Outdated beliefs. Life is not a destination, but a continuous, beautiful journey of growth and self-discovery. As we travel through the years, our beliefs act as the compass that helps us navigate the world, guiding our choices and influencing how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. These beliefs, formed through our families, cultures, and experiences, offer a sense of structure, security, and stability. But as time passes, those very beliefs that once served us may no longer align with the people we've grown to be or the life we truly want to live. As we enter our mid-60s and beyond, it becomes essential to pause and reflect. Are the beliefs I've carried with me for decades still serving me? Or are they holding me back from fully embracing the vast potential of this next chapter of my life? It's easy to cling to outdated beliefs because they've been there for so long, like old friends or worn-out shoes. But sometimes, those familiar beliefs can turn into invisible barriers, walls built from well-intentioned ideas that no longer align with the vibrant, wise person you've become. Perhaps it's the belief that aging means decline, that you are too old to learn something new, or that asking for help is a sign of weakness. Maybe it's an ingrained societal belief that your worth is tied to always putting others' needs ahead of your own, or that you must avoid change because it might disrupt the safety and stability you've worked so hard to create. These beliefs often feel like safety nets, but in reality, they can limit your growth, prevent you from embracing new possibilities, and rob you of the richness that life still has to offer. But here's the profound truth I've come to understand. You are not the sum of the outdated beliefs you've carried with you. You are not confined by the thoughts that once shaped you. At any age, you have the profound power to question, reshape, and even release the beliefs that no longer serve your highest good. Letting go of old beliefs doesn't mean you are rejecting your past or disregarding the wisdom you've earned along the way. Quite the opposite. It means you are honoring the depth of your journey, recognizing that the lessons of the past can be transformed into something that empowers you to live an even more authentic and fulfilling life today. Take a moment and reflect on the stories you've been telling yourself. Do they reflect possibility, or do they impose limitations? For example, if you believe you're too old to learn about technology, challenge that thought by reminding yourself of all the older adults who've embraced smartphones, social media, and even online learning to stay connected with the world. If you find yourself thinking that change is too much to bear, think back to the countless changes you've navigated throughout your life. Each one was a testament to your resilience, your adaptability, and your boundless capacity for growth. You've already weathered storms, overcome challenges, and emerged stronger, and there's no reason why you can't continue to do so. Letting go of outdated beliefs also means stepping into the unknown with all its beauty and wonder. Growth does not stop with age. It evolves. There's always more to discover, more to explore, to contribute. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, forming meaningful connections with people from different generations, or redefining what happiness looks like for you, allowing yourself the freedom to think beyond old limitations opens up doors you never imagined. And those doors, they lead to uncharted adventures, to parts of yourself that have been waiting to be discovered, to moments of joy and fulfillment that you might have dismissed long ago. Imagine the deep, soul-stirring liberation of replacing "I can't" with "I'll try," or "It's too late" with "Now is the perfect time." Envision stepping into each day not with trepidation about what you might lose, but with a sense of exhilaration for what you might gain. This shift in mindset is more than just a mental adjustment. It's a transformative act of self-love and empowerment. It's about taking back the reins of your life, choosing joy and possibility over fear and limitation. Letting go of outdated beliefs is one of the most healing, nurturing acts of self-care you can offer yourself. It is a way to shed the heavy weight of unnecessary expectations and instead embrace the limitless freedom to live life on your terms. In doing so, you are not only honoring the wisdom and beauty of the years you've lived, but also opening yourself to the incredible untapped potential of the years still to come. The story of your life is far from over. It's still unfolding, and the most vibrant chapters might just be waiting for you to turn the page. Financial worries that no longer apply. By the time you reach your mid-60s, you've likely spent decades managing your finances with meticulous care, always thinking ahead and making sacrifices to ensure a stable future. You've worked hard to save for retirement, made thoughtful choices to provide for your family, and maybe even endured difficult times, all while staying focused on creating a secure life. These habits, forged during years of financial responsibility, are a testament to your discipline and commitment. But now, as you enter this new phase of life, it's important to pause and ask yourself, are these financial worries still necessary, or have they become invisible chains keeping you from fully embracing the peace and freedom you so deserve? For many, these old financial anxieties can cling to us long after they've ceased to be relevant. You might find yourself hesitating to spend on the things that bring you joy or comfort because of that ingrained frugality. A quiet, almost unconscious guilt may settle over you when you use the savings you've worked so hard to build, even though those very savings were meant for this time, the time when you should be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. These lingering worries whisper to you, what if there's an emergency? What if I run out? What if I become a burden to my loved ones? But here's the truth. While it's wise to remain mindful of your resources, clinging to financial caution in an almost paralyzing way can rob you of the very joy you've earned. This is your time to evaluate your situation with clarity and confidence, not fear. You've spent years planning, and it's time to trust in that planning. It's time to release the anxiety that has become a constant companion and breathe freely. Again, perhaps it's worth consulting with a trusted financial advisor to gain that final peace of mind, knowing that your finances are solid, and it's okay to live without constantly looking over your shoulder. When you understand your financial reality, when you embrace it with calm confidence, you can replace that anxious grip with a sense of empowerment. The numbers, the facts, they no longer feel like a threat but like a foundation upon which you can confidently build the rest of your life. Money, after all, is just a tool. It's meant to enhance your life, to allow you to create memories, to embrace the things that make you happy. Maybe it's something as simple as a comfortable chair to relax in, a leisurely lunch with friends that fills your heart with laughter, or supporting a grandchild's education. These aren't just things you spend on. They are investments in your happiness, in the legacy you leave behind. Letting go of financial fear doesn't mean you're being reckless or careless with your resources. It's about trusting yourself, about honoring the years of effort you've put into getting here. You've already shown great wisdom and restraint in managing your finances. Now is the time to trust that and live freely. Imagine living without that constant nagging worry of what if. Picture yourself making decisions not from a place of fear, but from a place of abundance and gratitude. This shift in mindset can be profoundly liberating. The peace that comes from realizing that your resources are a means to a fuller, more joyful life, rather than a lifeline to cling to, is immeasurable. And with that freedom, you'll find a deeper appreciation for the relationships, the experiences, and the simple joys that make life so precious. Releasing unnecessary financial worries is an act of profound self-love. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, and your capacity for joy. It's about moving beyond scarcity and into a life filled with abundance, the abundance of happiness, of love, of memories. You've worked so hard for this moment, for this season of life. Now is the time to savor it, to enjoy the peace of mind you've earned, and to embrace the beautiful, well-deserved freedom that comes with it. Let go of the weight of what if, and step fully into the life you've worked so hard to create. It's yours to enjoy, and you've more than earned the right to do so. Fear of change. As we grow older, change can feel like an unwelcome guest knocking at the door with an unsettling sense of uncertainty. It's especially true as we reach our mid-60s and beyond, when the mere thought of something new, something different, can stir up a deep fear, one that shakes our very foundation. The routines we've built over a lifetime, the familiar faces, places and habits become our comfort zones, our safe havens. The unknown, however, feels like an unpredictable storm, and we may find ourselves desperately holding on to what we know, even if it no longer serves us. Yet I truly believe that change isn't the enemy we make it out to be. It's the very thing that brings growth, renewal, and even liberation. Change is an opportunity to evolve, to shed old skin, and to transform into someone better suited to the person you are today. Fear of change often arises from our longing to cling to what feels comfortable, even though we know deep down that we have outgrown it. Maybe it's the thought of downsizing your home, a place filled with years of memories, or learning new technology that feels foreign and intimidating. Maybe it's the physical changes that come with age, aches, limitations, or the feeling of being left behind in a world that moves too fast. And of course, there's the inevitable shifting of relationships, both social and familial, as you try to navigate new roles. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's completely natural to resist these shifts. Change is frightening, especially when you feel as though you're being pulled away from everything you know. But here's the thing. Holding on to the old, even if it feels safe, can trap you in a life that no longer nourishes your soul. Clinging to what once was can prevent you from discovering what could be. Each change, even the most uncomfortable ones, carries with it the seed of possibility, a chance to rediscover yourself, to connect with new people, and to embrace opportunities you may have never considered before. In my journey, I found that letting go of the fear of change begins with shifting the way I view it. Instead of focusing on what I'm losing or leaving behind, I now think about what I stand to gain. Downsizing may seem daunting, but it could mean fewer chores and more time to focus on the things that bring me joy. Trying something new might feel scary, but it could open the door to unexpected happiness, to new friendships, to a fresh sense of purpose. Change isn't about losing control. It's about rediscovering your strength, your resilience, and your remarkable ability to adapt, even when you find yourself standing on unfamiliar ground. I imagine the freedom that comes with embracing change with curiosity, not dread. I picture myself stepping into each new experience with an open heart, finding strength in the wisdom that life has so generously gifted me. Each new chapter offers the opportunity to create lasting memories, find joy in the simplest moments, and experience peace in places I never expected to find it. Letting go of the fear of change is not just about the practical aspects of life. It's about reclaiming my right to live fully, embracing each moment as it comes, and letting go of the limiting beliefs that held me back. As I reflect on life after 65, I believe it's a time to embrace freedom, joy, and simplicity. It's a time to release what no longer serves you, whether that's physical clutter, unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or outdated beliefs. Letting go doesn't mean you are losing something valuable. It means you are making room for something far greater: clarity, peace, and the space to truly enjoy the things that bring happiness into your life. This is not a time for regret or dwelling on what's gone. It's a time to celebrate the richness of your journey, honor the lessons learned, and step forward with lightness and purpose. This is your time to live with intention, It's a time to savor the small, beautiful moments that make life worth living, to cherish the people who bring you joy, and to cultivate experiences that nourish your spirit. Every day, no matter what age you are, is a gift. Every choice you make can lead you closer to a life of peace, contentment, and fulfillment. You've worked hard, you've loved deeply, and you've learned countless lessons along the way. Now you have the right to live on your own terms, unburdened by fear, unafraid of the unknown, and deeply fulfilled in every moment. This is your life, beautiful, full, and waiting to be lived with open arms. As we come to the end of this discussion, I want to ask you, what have you learned so far? Reflect on the ideas we've shared and think about how embracing change and letting go of what no longer serves you can truly transform your life. What's one thing that stood out to you today, something you'll carry forward and practice in your journey? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please take a moment to share in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, please leave your comment and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. Let's continue this journey together, embracing change, living with purpose, and finding peace in every stage of life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.